there! Welcome to another installment of How Do You Do? I'm Cheryl. This is The Whole Bucket. Welcome and welcome back to The Whole Bucket. And how do you do? Last time we were working on this folio, we got the outsides of the folio covered. And this is what I landed on. Not sure how I feel about it, but learning some stuff, pushing some limits, pushing some comfort zone. Right now, I'm going to get busy working on the stuff that goes on the inside of this thing. And one of the things that's going to go on the inside is this little piece from stationery, and it's going to go right inside here, and it's going to be a pocket for a notebook. Or a notepad, I should say. And the notepad is going to be a little on the heavy side, so I kind of want to get some weight to this. So I think what I'm going to do is glue this on here and then cut it out with a little extra on each side so I can fold the sides under, create a little bit of space in the pocket, and then I'll just trim across the top. So I'm still following this design, but I'm getting some weight to the piece. And if that didn't make any sense, I apologize, because I'm just having some issues today, as I often do, I guess. But I want to work anyway. So I'm gonna. I apologize for whatever effects that has. I should have, but didn't, edged this piece right here to match the edging on the other bits we did the other day. I think we can still get some edging on so that it all matches when we're done with this part. Okay, so here's my idea. We're gonna put a little bit of a put a little bit of a gusset, or a little bit of a miter there and here. And now actually this bottom bit can fold up as well. I don't want to fold much of it up because I liked the depth of this pocket, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think I want it more gusseted than I thought I did. So I'm just going to fold this over so it's even with the side of the paper. There we go. And I'll do the same on the other side. And then I think I'm going to fold this bit up. Oh my. This is not what I intended when I first did this. I'm surprised at my rebellious nature. Okay, wait a minute. No, I'm not surprised at my rebellious nature. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to reopen this, and what I want to do is follow this same edge that's already on this paper but trim it so it's going to make the paper and the cardstock a single unit. There we go, just like that. And then I'm going to put a bit of a miter right here as well. All right, now let's see what we got. There we go. We got a lovely pocket, and it's going to go right there. It's a tight fit. Maybe even too much so, but we'll see in a minute. Let's go ahead and get some edging all around this pocket. There we go. Almost anyway. All right, just like that. Here's what I'm afraid of. Nope, it's not too tight. It will work. It will work. Yay! I am going to go ahead and get this in place right off the bat. Because I don't want to chicken out and change my mind. So I'm going to put a dot of glue on these two corners right here just to get this tacked down. And in place, if they will stay, sit, stay. Okay, and then let's get it where it belongs. Okay. I wonder if I want to set it up inside the border. Well, I just did. So I don't know if that's what I wanted to do. It certainly wasn't what I intended to do, and for some reason it's what I ended up doing. Well, you know, that's a thing. All right. Let's get some of this glue up. Get some of the glue off my hands. I love that you can just rub it right off your hands. That's nice. Okay. All right. Good. First thing done. Now, this thing is supposed to go over here. But I changed the direction that I want this to fold, and I want it to fold this way instead of this way. So now I think that the red envelope has to go here. That puts the flip out over here, and this thingy over here. I think it's just going to go just like that. I don't mind the green, but I don't want so much of it. Because there's green in the border on the cover, and there's green on the envelope, and there will be green other places because this is very flowery. So the green is fine, but it's a little on the really, really bright side. All right, so let's get some edging on this thing anyway. This gray certainly doesn't show up much, so I'm not going to over stress it, but I'm at least going to soften the white. There and on the circles. And I think I want a little bit more on the opening than there is, because I have an idea of what I might do. Apparently it doesn't really want to make a difference anyway. How about if I just go like this? That tones it down a bit. Now as I'm doing it though, I don't know if it's going to dry like this because the ink does not seem to be staying on this cardstock. It does have a little bit of a shiny coating to it, so maybe it's not going to stay at all. But that definitely toned down the green a bit, made it shadowy like a bunch of the other stuff in here. And while it's drying and we see if it's going to stick, I will think about what to do next. So this is going to be glued down top, this side, bottom, and center to make 2 small pockets for stuff. Also, I may have just changed my mind. What if I made a tuck spot here and made it a... No, I'm not going to make it a top pocket. You know what? I just overthink everything. Good grief, girl. Good grief, girl. Well, this is kind of funny and kind of not, but this is the paper that I was using to make this tall notebook right here, or notepad. I only had 4 pages to begin with, and I cut one up to line this envelope. So now I have even fewer pages in here. We'll be thinking about that in just a minute, because we're going to need to fix that problem. Right now, though, I need to think about this window thing. Like, do I want to cover the whole thing like I did this envelope, or do I want to leave it mostly green and just decorate it? And if I'm going to just decorate it, can I glue it down and decorate it while it's in place? I don't know. Oh, the problems. I'm going to glue it down. I may regret this. I may regret this a lot. But we're going to just do it. All right. There we go. Oops, I almost forgot the middle. We're gluing up the middle. Just right there. Right there. Oopsies. That's a problem. You need to stay glued down. There we go. All right, so we have 2 tuck spots that we're going to have to fill, and hopefully show something super cool through the windows, because that's why I like making windows, so cool stuff shows in them. We've now committed to the way this is going to open and close, and the fact that this tuck spot is going to be right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this down because commitments have been made. Let me even this up with the pocket. And then we'll go ahead and glue this in place. I'm going to put a thin bit right down here to make it sturdy. And then right there to create the tuck. And there we go. Now we're going to need a pretty seriously contrasting card to put in there, because right now it looks a little ridiculous in my book anyway, because it's just same on same. That's not exciting. That's not interesting. But if it's got an interesting thing tucked in it, right? Okay. It'll look nice. I swear it will. I swear it'll look great. All right, let's deal with this problem next. Okay, I'm going to leave that open so the envelope doesn't get glued shut while it let it dry like that. And then we got to deal with this. So the notepad right now only has 3 pages. That's just unacceptable behavior right there. But it's going to be a tall notepad, and it's going to go in here. I'm still loving this concept. Still loving the idea. So it can be a bit shorter than it is, but not that short. No, only about that much shorter. So definitely going to have to find some way of making more pages. Let's see what I got. Well, I have this, and it's already the right width. And it makes a great first page because it's nice and fancy. So let's push that up there to dry. Have the notebook down here. I keep calling it a notebook, and it's a notepad, and that really doesn't make any difference, but it bugs me that I don't use the right word. And we're just going to tear this off. Whoop, just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, so that can be the top page, so that the top page is fancy. Then there's more writing space here, but that's still only 4. Kind of boring. Kind of puny. I can put a partial page, because I don't mind that. Have a bit of a scrappy notepad going on. And if that's the case, that means this piece can go on there too, right? Now we're getting better. What else have we got going on? Anything? Nothing else that I see really. This is only 6 sheets though, and I'd rather have it like at least 8. So let me take a look behind me a little bit at more scrappy kinds of stuff. Oh, you know what? Okay, first of all, I have this, so I could do more tea-dyed paper kinds of pages. I also have an extra one of these page flippy thingies because it had some spots on it I didn't like, so I didn't use this one. I also have the vellum sheet, which would make a fun cover for this. So let's try some of these ideas. One, this should really go into the other book, but you know, do I have? Yeah, I do. It has its own page. So maybe I do a sheet of this, the correct width, and maybe down to here to create another layer. Starting to look like a bit of a waterfall concept, right? Let me just mark the width on this. And we'll just tear this one too. And then where are we going to tear this? I'm going to tear it right here-ish. Wait a minute, where's that line? Okay. So then this one can go right here. Here we go. And then why not use this one now? Because, you know, we just made it and all. Okay. Now all we need is the vellum topper. I'm going to line the bottoms up. And line the tops up, and then I think I'm going to fold the vellum over because it's pretty heavy vellum and it will offer some strength to this notepad. These papers are so slippery. Okay, there we go. Looks like I can make a commitment. We'll see. All right, so how are we going to fasten this would be the next question. And the answer is, I believe, I am going to take a strip of this and fold it over the top as well. Yep, we're going to do that. The only question is, which section do I want? Ooh, I kind of want to do that. Yeah. Yep. I kind of want to do something up here. In order to not be wasteful, I think I will I don't, oh, I'm sorry. I just made you all seasick. in order to not be wasteful, I will tear this off and use it from one corner or the other. I just have to decide now where it's going to fold over. Oh, it's probably going to be that right there because that gives me the most green, I think. Yeah, yep, right there. And because I want to fold over such a tiny amount, I'm going to use my little scoreboard to help me. I hope this isn't too much. I hope this doesn't make me sad, because that's a lot of green going away. All right. There we go, just like that. All right, now, sorry I got quiet there for a minute. I was trying to figure out what I'm doing next. I'm going to first trim this off, and then the real question is now, how do you attach all this stuff together? Well, there's certainly a bunch of different ways to do that. And I really can't decide what I think I should do. So I could staple it. I don't necessarily like the look of staples. I could then end up covering them up. I could do brads. I'm not entirely sure I would like just two brads. Wouldn't really hold it very nicely. I don't do the sewing thing, so that's kind of out because I don't even have my sewing machine set up. You know what I'm going to try to do? Let's pull out my stapler. I'm going to try to staple through that little skinny fold over part. I think that worked. Let's turn it around. I'm not sure how to get it on the other side and still be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Well, we're gonna wing it. That's what we're gonna do. I can't see what I'm doing. One more. Ooh, that one was cutting it close. Okay. I pulled that off, and now I think we're just going to glue this down. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, my work light just fell. That's not good. Yipes, man. Okay, I think we're just going to glue that down. because it's over staples and on top of vellum and all this jazz, we're going to use heavy duty glue. And kind of a lot of it. And we'll make sure it gets squooshed around in there. Squooshing is very important. And then we'll put some clips on it. Actually, let's put more clips on it. Let's put more. More. Oops. More. I'm going to turn them over so we can see the pretty colors, not the icky back sides. More. And more. There we go. All right, let's give that a little while to dry up. Oh, dry up. Did I make it too tall? What the heck? Well, I did move the pocket up from where I was originally going to put it. That's kind of hilarious. Yeah, it's too tall. I'm going to trim the bottom off this puppy. Let's trim this puppy. It's also lopsided. I'm not going to pay attention to that because it will upset me. I'm just going to ignore that I'm just going to ignore that I've glued and stapled it together a little wonky. And I will just trim it when it's dry and nobody will ever know. No one will ever know that the wonkiness was there. Wow, that was handy. Very well behaved notepad. All right. All right, looking good. Oh, and I was doing that way too far away and off camera. Wow, I apologize today. Okay, I'll just admit that if you don't want to watch this video and you don't do a thumbs up and you don't leave any comments, I'll know why, because I'm not functioning well today and I insisted on filming anyway. So, you know, there's that. All right, let's see what we can do next. We need a couple of cards. I don't think these fairies are going to cut it in this journal. I think we're going to save these, or I mean this in the folio. I think we're going to save those for the journal. Here, I'll show you something completely off topic just because I think it's so cool. My son has recently taken up 3D printing, which I've mentioned a few times, I'm sure, but he printed this. It's a bear trap. It's also a can or a cup holder, and it grabs your can or your cup. Could you see how that, look, it holds your can. I seem to have gotten glue all over it, but yeah, I just love that to pieces. All right, cards and stuff. Can we get away with this green in here? I don't think so, because this is sort of a mint green, and I just don't like it. I just don't. I mean, there it is right there, though. Tiny bit. Doesn't make it blend. Doesn't make this story blend properly. Yeah, it kind of does. But it blends in a way I don't like. So you know what? I'm going to just put that aside and forget it's even here. And I'm going to reach to the other side of me. Alright, I'm going to reach way behind me because apparently I moved my scrap box on myself. And we're just going to use scraps. to do more stuff in here. I'll put my scrap box over to the side, and let's see if we can find some bits and bobs to go with our already bits and bobs. Well, okay, right off the bat, I have a tag right here that says The Botanist. How's that right there? It's not very exciting in the window. So I'm not thrilled with that. But it must mean there's more cool things in here. Oh, look at that. That's a cool tissue paper. I don't think it goes with this stuff very much. I have a lot of books. Oh, wait. I have another botanist thing. This one looks like it might be more exciting in the window. And it is. Look at that. We got a lovely flower in the window. And it says The Botanist sticking out. I think that means there's probably even more in here. But maybe not. So let's pull that out because it matches. Actually, there might not be any more because I think I chopped the words The Botanist off of a bunch of them. If I shouldn't even say if I remember correctly, because of course I don't remember correctly. This is me we're talking about. Dig, dig, dig. Dig, dig, dig. That's way too big, big, big. That is not interesting or exciting. Yeah, there's no more botanist in here. All right, what if we made our own other tag? It doesn't need to say The Botanist. It can just have the shape like that, right? And then it would have this daisy. If we turned it this way, the daisy would be upright. But if we do it like that, the daisy wouldn't be in the window. Let's see where the window sits. Where does the window sit? Right on this. So the daisy would have to be right there-ish. Yeah, that does not work. What about this thingy right here? Because the colors are yellow, so we could put that in there. Let's try that. Let's try that. And I'm just gonna cut the right around this, using it as a template. Hopefully I will hold everything still and this will work. Okay, let's see about that. We can have The Botanist right there. And we can have whatever flower that is right there. It's not very exciting. It's not very exciting, but you know what? Maybe it will do. Or maybe we just live with this and have The Botanist on both. Or maybe we cut The Botanist out of here and glue it on here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut The Botanist right out. And I'm going to steal the topper and put it on here. Now both cards will say The Botanist. I don't know why I keep pronouncing it so silly, but I do. All right. We're going to have to do some more gluing for these guys anyway, because they are too thin. The paper is just, it's not the lightest weight printer paper, but it's fairly light printer paper. So we're going to have to put some backing on this. Aw, that's too bad because they're kind of pretty. All right. What if we back with the tissue paper? Would we be able to see the shadow thing? No. Would we be able to see the shadow images? That wouldn't give a good writing surface though, would it? So let's not do that. We need a good writing surface. Just digging through the scrap bin again. Digging, digging, digging. I really need to have a use your scraps day because this box is jam-packed. Alright, I found a cardstock that I think I'm going to use. Kind of goes with that. Look at that. Okay, we're going to use this, and I'm going to outline these a bit. So I need to first, for continuity's sake, we're going to do this. Also, I think I'm going to here, round the edges just with the tiniest one. Okay, I gotta re-ink. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is put this on here and then leave a tiny bit of a border. I'm wondering if they'll still fit in the pocket though. So you know what I'll do is I will mark this right there. I will cut it to size. Let's make sure I cut it properly. Okay, and then we'll see if that fits. Yes, it does. It could fit a little better than it does, but I think if we finagle a little bit, it works. Okay, so I'm going to cut another strip the same size. Let's glue these down. I need a glue paper. That's what I need. Okay, there's one. Come, there you go. And here is the other one. Okay. Now we just need to chop across there. Take out these little curves. And then round the corners so the bottoms match. Did you hear the way I said that? Match. All right, there we go. Do some edging. So that we're consistent. And then let's try these. They're not dry yet, so they're a little on the wishy-washy side still. If they dry and they're still kind of not strong enough, I can definitely put tea-dyed paper on the back. I think as it is, it's light enough to write on, but tea-dyed paper certainly wouldn't hurt it. Well, that one didn't work out very well, did it? I don't know what I was thinking, you know, when I put the frame on it, because, or the matting, because now they sit different, and of course the flowers don't show up properly. Huh. I wasn't thinking, people. I wasn't thinking. I will worry about it later, because one thing I've learned about this junk journaling business is everything is fixable. Everything. That matted looks like a fabulous size for that envelope. Let's see. And that looks like it'll work. So we're going to cut this right here. And we'll cut a piece of this to go on it. Oopsie daisy, baby. There we go. And here. And here. And let's figure out. That's actually a nice little seam right there. The matting top to bottom is a little more than I would hope for, but it's still okay. Well, hello there, Revan. Can I help you? I have a kitty visitor, but there is nowhere for him to be, silly boy. What you doing? There is nowhere for you to be up here, honey. Hi, sweetheart. What do you want? What do you want? He's a moose of a kitty too, this one that just came up to visit. I'm going to move my scrap box so he can sit and say hi. All right, buddy. Right there. Let's do some rounding corners so our cards are the same sort of look. Do some quick, super quick edging on this one. I'm not concerned with creating the vignette on that one as much. I don't know why. I'm just not. And some corners on this one. I could have done those together. Don't know why I didn't. All right. We are almost done with this one for today. Next time we will do the finishing touches, decorations, and if there's time for finishing touches, decorations, and a closure, we will be all done with this one. And we will move on to the journal, although, I mean, that's the order that I'm filming in. The last one of this, I said, now we'll move on to how we build the journal. So, you know, view them in whichever order makes sense to you, because in the creation and the filming of them, I seem to have no rhyme or reason. Oh, too much, too much, too much. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's a lovely card. That's a lovely little card. Let's see if it tucks in as nicely as I hope. Whoops. Whoops, whoops. My envelope may or may not have been accidentally glued shut. There we go. All right. Let's take a look at what we have for today then. I'm going to take the clamps off of this puppy, put them back in their little bowl. I might actually put a cardboard backing on this because I don't like how floppy the back is. So that might be one of the things we work on. Trimming the sides is definitely going to be one of the things we work on because it is, I don't care about some wonkiness if it's consistent throughout the thing, but the fact that you can just see that it's, you know, put together lopsided, that's not creative wonkiness. That's just getting it wrong. All right, so that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Let's take a look at the whole thing, see where we're at. This is our folio. There is the back. There is space for a card. That's kind of a problem because I said we were done with the cards and we were going to move on to decorating. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop this and put a placeholder in here. We're going to pretend. Wow. Okay, we don't have to pretend that that's entirely too tight of a pocket. There we go. I have said this before, but for any of you who haven't seen this, this is a decal tearing scissors, right? Or tearing ruler, and it is super thin. It's a great knife for if you do what I just did and accidentally glue stuff. It cuts it right open without ruining the paper. All right, we'll put this placeholder right there. We'll pretend there's a lovely giant tag in there because they're supposed to be. All right, let's try that again. Okay, we got a pocket with a big tag on the back. This is the front. We have a flip out when we have two window pockets here with two little tags on for writing. We have a tuck spot here. I am much less ready for moving on than I thought I was, aren't I? Let's put a placeholder in there. All right, there we go. Another placeholder, there we go. We have a fold out envelope with a card right here. And we have a tall waterfall notepad with a vellum cover right there. So we have a couple of cards still to make apparently. We have lots of decorating to do and we need to figure out some way to keep this thing under control. This, as just proven by my opening, this has to be figured out, how to keep this in place. I don't know what we're going to do there, but that's one thing. Decorating has to happen because right now it's not a very cohesive piece. This tag is going to need to be made. Closure for the whole thing is going to need to happen, and then this tag in the back is going to have to be something better than that. Okay, there we go. Next time we get together, this is what we will work on. If you want to see what I am up to in How Do You Do, tune into some of the other episodes. If you want to see what other folks are doing with their supply stack in the collaborative group of How Do You Do, links will be in the description box below. Please like and subscribe if you don't mind, and leave a comment if you would. A question, a comment, some encouragement would be great. All those kinds of fun things, right? And if you want to take a peek at how things proceed in my neck of the woods, there is a playlist right there. See you next time.